Hi guys, so I'm back today and I'm going to be doing, I found printables for my inserts. So this is a free printable that I found and it's from thegraphicfairy.com. It's tons of cute printables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to adhere them, and I cut enough for front and back. So this might take a while. Excuse me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired this week. It's just one of those tired weeks. So I decided that I'm going to use my little guillotine trimmer, and someone in their infinite wisdom, that would be me, when they cut their inserts, they did not take into account that there would be that. So I'm actually going to cut off the outside borders of these because I want a bigger border. So this might take even longer than I thought. So, and I cut a little too much off that border. So some of these won't be perfect, but you know, handmade is not perfect. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm tired tonight. I was thinking about maybe not filming. Then I decided, yes, I need to film because I have a schedule. I want to get these done. And I've already put them off long enough. So I think what I'll do is I'll do it this way. There we go. And I'll be able to cut the edges like that. So what have you guys been up to this week? Anything spectacular? I know that tomorrow is my Friday because I will only I work 12-hour shifts. So I work 4 12s each week. I've probably said that before, but so tomorrow's my Friday. I was on Facebook this evening before I started filming. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. So I was on Facebook earlier today, this evening, like, I don't know, like 40 minutes ago. 40, like, actually more like 20 probably. And I saw this post, and it's about this lost dog, and her name is Moxie, and she's a little tiny little chihuahua, and she was stolen from the Bellevue Hyatt here in Washington, and they're offering a reward, and this owner is so persistent. They actually have a sorry, now my eyes watering. They actually have a web, obviously, you know, Facebook page dedicated to it, but they have footage of the woman stealing the dog. And I believe Moxie has been missing since 2014. It was like, I think November 2nd, 2014, and they're still looking for their, ooh, that was almost a really bad cut. They're still looking for her, and I think that's amazing, because if you guys love your animals, you know, and you treat them like family, mine are super spoiled, but they, you know, you treat them, sometimes we treat our pets better than our family members. Anyway, you know, you're not going to give up looking for a family member, so why would you, you know, give up looking for your dog? And I should be looking at these to make sure that that's right. Yep. Kind of almost wish I hadn't rounded the corners now, because I don't want to round these corners. It'll cut off borders. Well, you live and you learn. I guess maybe I should have... it's going to take a long time. Maybe I should have... what do you call it? Figured my stuff out before I probably planned it out a little bit better. So anyway, so I was on looking at that, and I was like, I thought that that was really, really awesome that, you know, they were still looking at, you know, keeping that hope alive. And this little dog is so cute. It looks just like my sister Rachel's dog, Ticket. Yeah, I know. My family and our sometimes odd choices for animals. Ticket and Truly. I know. So, yeah. So I was looking at that. Let's try and do it this way, because this might work a little bit better. I think the way that I was doing it to begin with, where I was just cutting off the borders, and then I can come back and cut the sides. So I think if I cut in one direction, and then I can cut in the other, that might go a little bit faster. Who knows? Probably not. Sounds good, right? So last night, as I was kind of falling asleep, I turned on a YouTube video, and I can't remember the video, but I was watching it, and it was a planner video. And like, I don't consider myself a prude or, you know, anything like that. I don't think, you know, people can live their life however they want. I don't judge. And I'm not saying that I don't ever swear, but I don't swear, I guess, in my videos or whatever. And it doesn't bother me if people swear. But the gal that I was watching, I was like, holy cow. Little Miss Potty Mouth. So that was pretty interesting. And like I said, I can't remember the name. I wouldn't, like, you know, obviously, like, put her on blast or anything like that and be like, you swear in your videos, you know. She's actually very funny. But, you know, it's just not my style of video. Let's see what else. I'm trying to get these done. Like I said, this is a private swap that I did with a number of my friends, and I love all my friends dearly, and I just love swapping with them. But it's really hard to be the hostess when it comes to friends, because, you know, if we tend to be a little bit, I guess, easier on our friends, and, you know, we just a little more lax, I guess I would say. And I am probably, I'll be the first one to tell you that I am a pretty big pushover when it comes to a lot of, you know, things. I'll not, you know, make a big stink over things. And I think that, you know, when you're doing a private swap with friends, especially if you have someone who might be a little bit of a procrastinator like myself, or, you know, oops, sorry about that, guys. I do have, you know, I understand everybody's busy and things like that, but I know that I have been, I guess, very lenient in enforcing this. So I actually, there are several other people who haven't gotten their pages to me yet. So I did send an email, and I'll tell you, like, even though I know we're past the deadline and my pages aren't done, which I totally owned up to in the email, I felt bad sending the email and like, hey guys, let's get on this. And so, I don't know. I don't know. How do you guys feel about stuff like that? I guess I never want to be the bad guy. I don't want to play the bad guy. Unless I'm in a bad mood. And then I'll be the bad guy all day long. It's a lot easier to be the bad guy to students. I don't know why. Than it is to be the bad guy to friends. Right? So, yeah. Let's see. I don't have anything planned for this weekend so much as just focus on getting these done. I know that sneeze is now kind of made my nose water. Or my nose water. Oh my gosh. My nose run. So sorry about the sniffling. Yeah, my focus is to get these done. Because I seriously... Ow! There goes my elbow. Need to get them done. I know that these videos have been a little bit shorter, I guess, than I have made them previously. And that's honestly because I've been tired, and there are certain times where I guess I've been floundering for what I'm going to do next, or what I, yeah, basically what I'm going to do next, or what I have the supplies for. I know that with the recipe, I just have to get the recipes done. I'm actually working on typing them up. I'm going to use this printable for my recipes that I actually am sending. So they're going to get 4, because there's going to be a recipe front and back, and then they're going to get 4 actual recipes. So they're going to get a lot of pages, or a lot of spots for recipes in this one. With my last pages, I had meant to put cards on the inserts that I had done, and I don't remember why I didn't. I think I just kind of ran out of time on that one as well. So, let's see what else. So last video, we were talking about my sister getting married, and I was being very judgy. She's doing okay. What else? I'm kind of at a loss for what to talk about right now. Before I started filming, I thought I had a couple of ideas of things to just kind of chat with you about. Or ramble. Oh, so I guess update on the shop next door. They are open now, and it's been really quiet over there, so hopefully they're doing good, but there hasn't been any additional, issues or anything like that with the cars. Oh, speaking of cars, so I don't know what's going on. I think there's something wrong with my electrical system in my car, but as I'm just having a bad luck with electronics today, because that reminds me of something else that happened, which I'll get to. But so I was sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden I heard my car alarm go off, and I was like, what? Why is my car alarm going off? it shouldn't be going off unless someone had messed with it. So I go running back there, and obviously there's no one around my car, because if there had been, they would have been, you know, the car alarm goes off and they would have taken off. So anyway, car alarm is going off, no one around. So I grab my keys, turn it off, you know, reset the alarm, and I go back up front to my desk, and all of a sudden I hear it again. So I go back there again, no one is around. And I know that my car, if the battery is getting low, if the car is armed, the alarm will go off as kind of a warning. I don't know why Volkswagen does that, but it does. So anyway, I was this, that, and the other thing. Well, it turns out that I don't know if it's the cold or what exactly is going on with it. Hubby has to look at it. But my dome light kept coming back on and actually kind of flashing like a strobe light. And so it was, you know, obviously draining the battery. So my car was trying to be nice and warned me about that. So what I did was I turned the switch so it was basically permanently off unless you push the button to turn the dome light on. And so that just made it so I guess that didn't complete the circuit or whatever. And then my alarm didn't go off again after that happened. So that was nice. But it just wasn't my day for electronics, because this morning I was trying to make a smoothie, and I put the milk in, and I put the powder stuff in, and I put the ice in, and all of a sudden it doesn't move. Not all of a sudden. Well, it's moving a little bit, and then it stopped moving. So then I was like, what's going on? So I turn it off and I move. And anyway, I was in just like the short, like couple seconds, it took me to realize that it wasn't going to crunch up my ice. It burned the motor out of my blender. So now I need to go buy a blender. So that will be super fun. I just realized that I have to cut 44 of these right now, just for the inserts. And then once I get the actual recipes done, I have to cut another 44 of these. Yay! I'm sure I could, I know that I could make it easier on myself, and I could cut these like 2 at a time if I wanted to. Or actually, we could probably speed it up by sliding it that way. But I don't want to, no, I don't like doing it that way. I don't want to run the risk of miscutting. And then, you know, cutting too far in on one or not far enough on the other. So this is just going to have to work just the way it is. And it's funny because I don't even know if that, you know, they're going to actually use these inserts. They're there. So if they want to write more recipes on them, they are there. I guess I could have probably just picked out a couple more, a few more, and by a few, I mean 4. So, oh, good thing I caught that. You know, it would be so easy to just sit here and cut without talking. I guess I could do that and just turn on some music for you guys, but I kind of like the chit chat with, you know, when I'm watching a video, I like when they're visiting with me. If they're not explaining what they're doing, then I like them to talk. Ugh. One thing that has been bothering me lately is I have been getting hives, like just terrible hives, and just random times. I know a lot of people, I've shared this with a couple of my friends, and they asked if, you know, I'd change anything, and I haven't changed anything. Haven't changed, you know, soaps. I haven't changed shampoos, body lotions, body washes, you know, anything like that. Laundry detergent, none of it. All of it is exactly the same. And I just keep breaking out. And it's random, you know, just random times. No rhyme or reason. Not, you know, every time I eat anything, you know, it's... Sometimes it's 4 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden I wake up and I'm just, my skin is just on fire. And I've got hives all over my legs. Or, you know, even right now, I actually, on my collarbone, I actually am broke out with hives right now. So it's been interesting trying to film this video. Well, all I want to do is scratch my collarbone. But... if I scratch my collarbone, then I'll have scratches all over me. And that's just a weird, awkward thing to have to explain to anyone if they were to see my collarbone. I don't really wear low-cut shirts or whatever, but, you know, t-shirt could move to the side. And it's not that far away from my neck. But I don't know why it's happening. My friend Kendra, she's been getting hives a lot too, and she actually did some research, and there's actually such a thing as cold weather hives. And so I was, you know, thinking for, you know, a little bit, well, yeah, maybe that could be it, because our weather has been, you know, pretty cold. I guess for the Pacific Northwest, it's been cold for a while. It was getting down into the teens at night. So, you know, I guess one of the things that can happen is exposure to cold can bring on hives. And so I was like, oh yeah, you know, that kind of makes sense. However, our weather has warmed up a little bit. And I'm sorry to those of you who are in weather that is, you know, snowing, where you have like 4 feet of snow, or not 4 feet, but, you know, have quite a bit of snow. I'm sorry if you are in a climate like that and you're trudging through the snow right now and you don't like snow. I know some people really love it. I'm not really a fan of it, and the reason I'm not really a fan of it is because people here cannot drive. Well, they can't drive when the sun's out. They can't drive when it rains, and we're known for our rain. So I don't know. They just are not real good drivers to begin with. So there's that. So anyway, back to the cold weather hives. I thought that that was it, but since our weather has kind of warmed up now, and it is in, you know, at night it'll get down into the low 40s, but, you know, during the day it's, you know, sometimes it'll get up, you know, close to the 60s. So that's, to me, that's not really that cold weather. So I don't think that that's what's causing it. I believe, oh, you can also get, what was it? It was dry skin hives. And I was like, well, maybe, but I've been putting lotion on and it has not subsided. I really hate, well, I hate hives. I can't even think of my least favorite place to get hives. Any place getting hives sucks. So, yeah. So that is kind of what I've been struggling with. I guess I could go to the doctor and maybe have them do some allergy testing or whatever, but This happened to me a few years back where the same thing happened. I would actually get hives daily. And yeah, it was no fun. The other thing though is if I take a Benadryl, just one little, I think they're 25 milligram Benadryls in the morning, I don't get hives all day. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a psychological thing because I know that that's not a real big dose of Benadryl. So maybe it's just my brain needs to know that I have taken Benadryl, and so now as soon as my brain knows it, it acts as if it's immune to the hives. So who knows? But I don't want to be dependent on, taking something like that. Even though it's an over-the-counter, it's, a medicine. And so I'd rather do something, I guess, more natural than that if, I can. So, I don't know. If y'all have any suggestions of things to try, I am willing to try them. So, cut. Yay. Coming to an end. Sometimes I amaze myself. Okay. I don't know why that cut off, but, so these what I was saying is these late night crafting videos, they make me kind of check my time as far as how long a project actually takes me. Because we all know I'm not the fastest crafter in the world. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adhering these. So if I've done my math right, I have one for each side. So I should have 11 blue and 11 red. So I'm going to put 2 blue and 2 red in each pocket. Okay. So, and what I think I'm going to do is, I'll get this first one down and centered-ish. But since you're going to be pulling them in and out, what I think I'll do is I'll concentrate the glue on the short sides and not worry so much about the top corners because I don't want the edges to catch. Okay, so now it's going to go, oh, that's the short side, so I have to make sure. So let's tuck those in so my tabs will stick out like that. So there's that. Okay. Trying not to let it bother me. And I just did opposite of what I just said that I wanted to do. I'm trying not to let it bother me that these corners are square and these edges are rounded. Although if you can tell, it's really bothering me because now I've brought it up, oops, a couple of times. So, yeah. Having trouble picking things up today. I was reading an article and it was so funny today. I was reading a lot today on my break, but I guess it's not that funny, but it's just interesting. The most played song on like the radio and stuff like that is You've Lost That Love and Feeling. I thought that was very interesting. You would think it would be, you know, something else, you know, possibly something by the Beatles, but it is You've Lost That Love and Feeling. It's a very popular song. And I just did again what I didn't want to do. Apparently I want to use more adhesive, and my brain just wants to go horizontal, not vertical. So, oh well. This is also one of those times where I wish I could run them through my Xyron machine and make these basically into stickers, because then I could just peel and stick. But that is, like I said, not cost effective because those Xyron refills can be very expensive. There we go. And there it is again. I apparently like to hold things in the horizontal position. Oh, so I did, one of the things that I did kind of work on was getting the borders ready for, and I have to do that off camera because I'm doing it on my silhouette. And like I said, I can't video the screen, and I'm not proficient enough to do the, you know, the screen capture and then do a voiceover to it. That's just not going to work for me. And so I was working on them and trying to figure out what if I should do, what do you call it, like on the top, if I should hang you know, like utensils, like a ladle and the little, you know, fork and a spatula and stuff like that from, oops, here, I'll show you, from the top border right here, like do that, and then along the bottom do like little canisters. I was thinking about doing that, but what I have from the Silhouette store is just one color, so it's not, it would just be basic, it would like be in black. I would, you know, I could cut it in black and then it would just be the shadow or the outline. And I wasn't 100% that I liked that idea, so I was kind of maybe looking for something where I could cut the base color in, say, like a gray or a red, and then have, or I don't know what color I was actually thinking, but then, you know, having a couple pieces that I could layer on top of those to give it maybe, you know, just a little more look of dimension, but still keeping it flat. So I was thinking about doing that. And I just have to keep telling myself, you need to keep these simple because you're already super late with them. And you make things too complicated sometimes. And I don't need complicated in my life. I need things to go smoothly and beautifully, and at the same time look fabulous. Does that make sense? Or maybe that's what we all want. I don't know. So I'm working on keeping it simple. That's kind of one of my mottos for this year. I'm going to keep it simple. There is that saying, you know, you kiss, and it's the keep it simple stupid, but I'm not stupid. And I actually have used it with my students before. You know, we're going to keep things simple because, you know, there are students that like to overcomplicate, and I know how they feel because obviously I am one of those people who probably thinks too much and overcomplicates. But I always tell them we're going to learn how to kiss with one S because we're just going to keep it simple. And so that is what I'm trying to tell myself on this particular project, to keep it simple. I want to keep it beautiful, but I want it to be beautiful and functional. You know, if it's not functional, they can't use it as a recipe book. That's what I loved about the last one that we did. It was, all the pages were awesome and totally usable. Very functional. So, yeah. Since I already have this out, let's go ahead and just get some adhesive on these as we're going. Okay, so almost have this blue or teal color done. So that means we have 11 done. And then we just have kind of that red color. I kind of wish I would have, hindsight is 2020, right? I wish I would have printed these on a cream colored cardstock, but I think these look good enough to kind of match because the backgrounds are, you know, cream and these are white, but I think it'll be okay. I'm not going to go in. I say this now. I have no intention as of right this moment of going in and inking and or coloring to make them look distressed in any way, but things could change. I might just go crazy and decide that I just can't stand it, and okay. All right, now here we go one more time. One more time. Gonna celebrate music at the LNC. And I kind of liked how I prepped several of them and then kind of assembly lined them. So I think I'm going to do that. Again, it seemed to work out in my favor a little bit, at least. I think so. Anything to make it a little bit easier, right? So, or go a little bit faster. These mass assembly jobs. I mean, this is all this project really is just a assembly line process. I hope that my idea for my pages turns out, because it's really, I think, a cute layout that I'm going to do. I would, oh my gosh, I would show you, in fact, and when I get done with this, I will show you the idea of my layout, and you will laugh. I am not, oops, sorry guys, I am not a layout maker at all. I'm not good at doing sketches, which is one of the reasons why I haven't really worked on that Prima mini that I've been meaning to do a tutorial for. And the reason for that is I want to be able to provide PDF layouts to kind of show how things are going to be laid out to those who want to follow along. And I'm not good at sketches. I'm not good at drawing at all. And I have some friends who I was trying to explain something and I did a sketch and they're like, oh, okay, whatever, whatever you say. And so then after I was done with the project, they're like, that looks absolutely nothing like what I thought it was going to be. And I actually took a picture of my sketch and then I took a picture of the final product and put them side by side. And it was just, I kind of think it was a little hilarious because the sketch was so bad. I mean, at least I understand it, so I guess that's good, right? If I understand it, then it doesn't matter what anyone else understands because I'm the one who's got to create from it, right? So when this is over, when I get these all kind of put together, I will give you a little peek of what my intent is going to be. I might change along the way, but my intention is going to be to follow my sketch but who knows what can happen along the way, right? I might discover something else and just throw that out the window because it doesn't fall in line with something else that I've had a stroke of genius for. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. I think it goes much faster when I put adhesive on several pieces and then stick them down. Could just be me. I mean, it's still taking, 15 minutes for me to do this. It'll probably be closer to 20 when I get done with, I don't know why my camera is so bouncy today, but, and who knows, maybe it'll take me half an hour to get the rest of these done, but I feel like doing it this way is working out a little bit better. I really want to see the movie Sisters. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. I just love them. They were awesome in Baby Mama. That movie I still love watching that movie. It cracks me up. They're just so ridiculous. So I really want to see that movie. I was wanting to see it with my sisters, but getting them together, it's not that they don't like each other, because they really do, but getting them to agree on a date is not so easy. So, and it's not like, I don't know why it's hard. They live together. They see each other all the time. Maybe that's why it's hard, because they don't want to be together. They don't want to spend time together. But that movie looks hilarious. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but definitely one that I want to see. I want to see it actually in the theater. I don't get to go. I honestly, I think the last movie that I saw in the theater was the movie Tammy. And I went, it was for a friend's birthday, and we went to this place called the Cinnabar, and it is, you have to be over 21 to go, because it's a movie theater where you can actually, have a drink. It's, more like comfortable seating, and you can order food during the movie, like actual food, like a burger, and you can order dessert with ice cream, and that is so strange. Oh, okay. Well, looks on there. So anyway, so I went and it was so much fun, but that was a year ago in July. So yeah, it's been a minute since I have been able to, or not been able to, but since I've actually gone to the movies. So that, I don't watch a lot of movies. Honestly, it's been when, you know, when I do have time off or whatever. I want to craft. I want to do other things, but I really think that Abby and I should do dates, like actual dates, not just, hey, let's go pick up takeout kind of thing. So, and one more, last one. Here we go. Okay. Guess that didn't cut super. Here we go. Just give it a little tiny trim. The adhesive will be just fine. And side one. Excuse me. Side two. Hopefully I've been putting these all going the same direction. Hopefully I didn't, for some reason, on some of them, put some of them right side up and some of them upside down. I think I've been doing a pretty good job of flipping them this way and not flipping them that way. So, but then again, I really haven't been paying attention to which way I was flipping it, because I honestly couldn't tell you, oh yeah, I flipped them all this way, or I flipped them all that way. I just know when I stuck them down, they were right side up on that side. So if I just had picked it up and flipped it like that, then one's upside down, one's right side up. But now that I said that, I'm all paranoid about which way did I flip it. Okay. All right. So there they are. There are all my inserts. Okay. So you guys are going to laugh because this is my sketch. Okay. I had to write, I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so basically I want to do a sentiment down here. I don't know what it's going to be. And then I was thinking I would do two bottles of like wine, or, you know, 2 spice jars right in the corner, and use that as kind of a photo corner. And then I was going to tuck the other recipe cards, not these, but the main recipe cards, tuck them under so they would, you know, be like a tuck spot. And then I was going to do a big doily on the back. So on the main part of the page, do a doily here, and then do the 2 spice jars here to be able to tuck in behind the sentiment here. And again, you could tuck something here, and then another little something I was thinking, like a rolling pin, or I wrote like a mitt, so right here. So that's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, this is my lovely layout that I've started with. So it's just a rough idea. Oh Lord, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I'm going to call this video done, and I'll get started on those borders, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.